Hello and welcome to the Fabrity Talks podcast. In this space, we discuss IT news, explore various use cases and case studies. If you have any questions regarding the topics we cover, please feel free to leave a comment or send us a message. To learn more about our work, you can visit our blog at fabrity.com or explore the links provided in the episode description. My name is Jarek, I'm content manager here at Fabrity, and today with me is Bartosz. He is head of sales at Fabrity with extensive experience in digital products and services.
Hello, thank you for inviting me to this podcast.
It is very nice to have you here, Bartosz. Together with Bartosz, we would like to cover a very important topic nowadays, that is the current state of B2B e-commerce. We are going to talk about the changes in the e-commerce world, especially related to the B2B clients. Episode 8, the current state of the B2B commerce. Okay, maybe let's start by drawing a perspective on B2B commerce. I think the question is that the situation changed from the times before the pandemic. And now digital commerce is in B2B has been predicted as the next big thing that will happen in e-commerce world. What do you think, Bartosz?
Yes, it was predicted to be a next big thing, but the pivot to digital has been slow, unfortunately. With just a few B2B companies having their own online sales platforms. But the COVID pandemic forced businesses and consumers to embrace the digital shift. There are other macroeconomic trends like, the war in Ukraine, post-Brexit, also energy crisis and rising inflation pose challenges to B2B companies. And I think that these challenges include also supply chain disruption, sales rebalancing, and marketing in terms of crisis and tight budgets.
So you mean that, the main facilitator or the factor influencing B2B commerce is not only COVID pandemic, because we are living already in the post-pandemic world, but other macroeconomic things like war in Ukraine or problems with supply chain.
Yes, exactly. And these macroeconomic turbulences also stimulated the need to develop modern sales activities in the digital channel. That is good. And it's also worth to mention that worldwide, B2B e-commerce revenues are expected to hit $4 trillion by the end of 2023. That's amazing.
That's a huge, a huge amount of money to be made using B2B e-commerce channels. But as far as I know, B2B companies are not very relying on this online channel to sell products and services, because they have their sales teams, they have wholesalers, distributors of their product, and e-commerce is mainly related to B2C, that's business to customers. So if you are a customer and you want to buy something, you go online and buy it. But if you have a B2B company, you just rely on person-to-person contact with your salesman and go offline and buy something. So B2B companies are not relying very much on these channels. What do you think?
Yes, you're right, indeed. And before the pandemic, 60% of leading B2B companies, they had some limited or even zero e-commerce capabilities. In 2 years, the situation has changed drastically. And by the early 2021, there were, I think, more than 50% of B2B companies that offered e-commerce capabilities. And a year after that, it increased up to 65%. And, there are some companies without the digital capabilities that they were forced to launch e-commerce sites to survive even. But we saw some also stories of their failure, because they failed to impress the first clients.
So you mean that COVID pandemic forced a lot of companies, it was a catalyst to start online sales process, and simply they were forced to do this in order to survive. But as far as I see this, I have information that 89% of the companies in the UK and the US find buying online more complex than offline. So that's a lot. And
It is.
this brings us to the next topic, that the importance of online shopping experience for B2B. And still, this shopping experience is something that I associate with B2C e-commerce.
Yes, you're right. Not all the statistics are very optimistic, and despite of 67% of the B2B buyer journey is happening in digital channel, 66% report says of buyers are dissatisfied with their online purchasing experience. So, moreover, we need to mention that B2B buyers are not loyal. In some industries, even 90% would turn to a competitor if a supplier's digital channel couldn't meet their needs. So it's a lot.
Oh, yeah. Yes, it's a lot. It's a very high percentage of people that simply are not loyal. That's important to know. So what are doing the B2B companies to solve this problem, to face this challenge?
Knowing that B2B suppliers are constantly increasing their investment in digital commerce, I saw a report showing almost 18% of increase in online sales on B2B e-commerce sites last 2 years. B2B players are realizing that going digital requires transforming their entire business, not only just creating a self-service portal. And, that's important finding because, it's also obvious that in the coming year, investing in digital commerce is crucial for B2B players to grow, considering the size of the huge B2B trade.
So if I understand correctly, investment in B2B sales channel, on online sales channel, is the question of survival, because you have no option but to invest in e-commerce B2B.
You're right. No doubt.
Okay, Bartosz, let's now focus on B2B clients' needs. And what do these clients expect from online shopping? Are there any differences, in other words, between B2B and B2C clients?
We can observe that factors like the entry of Generation Z and millennials into the workforce and exposure to sophisticated e-commerce experiences as consumers have also raised the B2B buyer expectations.
So you mean that if I'm as a consumer buying something online, then as a professional, I have this bigger expectations that the same very good user experience will be present on B2B e-commerce sites, yes?
Yes. Large consumer e-commerce platforms have set a really high standard of online shopping and have accustomed us to the fact that online shopping should be hassle-free.
So what are these specific B2B buyers' expectations that we need to tackle to be successful in selling online?
B2B buyers expect frictionless and personalized experiences when they are making online purchase. So I'd like to cite some facts. For example, 83% of B2B buyers prefer ordering or paying through digital commerce. 74% of millennial B2B buyers switched vendors for improved consumer-like experiences. And 73% of B2B buyers, they want a personalized B2C-like experience. So that's also interesting.
Yeah, all this data is solid proof that B2C experiences have, I think, real impact on expectations in purchases between companies.
Yes. And I'm convinced that these customer experience expectations for B2B online shopping will continue to grow for sure.
Okay, so going further, you have very, very big experience in building online presence, building digital product and services. And as an expert in this field, what are main important elements in building positive shopping experience for B2B customers?
Okay, for sure, B2B specific features like easy to navigate product catalogs, search options, for example, based on elastic search engine, shopping lists, but also inspirational content. And of course, personalized functions. All these elements are important, experts say.
So you say that the ideal B2B commerce site should have very easy to navigate product catalog.
Yes.
Very good search option, shopping lists, and should be providing also inspirational content for and a lot of personalized functions. If these features are there, we can expect high conversion rates and thus good sales.
Yes, right. And it is not without reason that companies have started to use the latest solutions that allow them to adapt to the individual needs of each buyer. That's why, for example, artificial intelligence and analytics based on machine learning are used for advanced personalization.
Yes, indeed. AI and machine learning in e-commerce are a very vast topic, so we would need a separate episode of our podcast to cover it. But it is important what you say that AI plays a vital role in personalization of online experiences. What comes to my mind next is the role of mobile applications, because as a B2C customer, I simply use mobile application to make purchases online. So are they also important for corporate purchases or B2B buyers?
Yes. In the case of B2B e-commerce, mobile ordering has increased by, I think, 250%, emphasizing the need, for responsive mobile websites and apps as well.
So it is not only the website you should have as a B2B company that wants to sell online, but also a mobile app that's vital for the online sales, yes?
Yes. But it's not only about mobile. B2B buyers use multiple channels, and I think that more than 80% of B2B leaders agree that omnichannel is essential.
So omnichannel is not a word associated with B2C online sales, but also with the B2B world.
Yes, exactly. And many reports and analysis confirm that the hybrid sales model that are mixing in-person and digital self-service interactions are preferred by B2B buyers. That's interesting because in-person sales are perfect for relationship building and high value customers, while digital self-service channels suit better existing customers and low value transactions. I mean, the long tail.
So I think the key to the success is mixing the direct sales with online sales, yes?
Yes, there's no doubt that digital channels and in-person communication should complement each other through the customer journey.
So I believe that you mentioned long tail customers, that the customers that are too small to be handled directly by a sales team, but are also important. So online channel could address these long tail customers too, yes?
Yes, and it can be really beneficial.
Okay, let's just talk a bit about technology, because you cannot make your company present in the digital channel without the technology. What are the challenges that B2B companies face when they want to go online?
Just a few years ago, B2B companies that invested in digital commerce faced challenges with limited availability of B2B commerce platforms and some monolithic software. A good solution facilitating online sales for companies could be marketplaces like, I think, Amazon Business that provided a digital entry point. But there's some dependence on them that made direct access to customers difficult. That may be, a problem.
Yes, it is true that if you are using external marketplace like Amazon, it's a vendor lock-in. So you are dependent on Amazon as a marketplace.
Yes.
What are the technologies that the B2B companies need to invest in if they want to seriously approach the construction or development of online sales?
Of course, cloud solutions in e-commerce, there's no surprise here. And cloud native architectures can provide really huge flexibility for B2B companies that can reduce reliance on on-premise IT infrastructures.
Okay, that's true. I agree that cloud is only present now, and without cloud you cannot think about going digital. But I also came across the concept of composable e-commerce. What is it?
A composable e-commerce enables business to create customer-centric and omnichannel experiences by selecting best-of-breed components and customizing them.
So it's like, you can choose the best components that best suit your business needs for different suppliers and create a custom platform that is perfect match for you, yes?
Yes, and it is possible and often a very beneficial approach.
What else is important when you plan to build your B2B commerce presence?
In my opinion, in the modern data management is crucial for delivering accurate and personalized experiences across touchpoints in B2B. You should use very flexible data models, I think, and be prepared to changes and also optimization of online activities as a reaction to unexpected market changes. And, we still feel the negative effects of the pandemic, and currently businesses around the world are facing also an economic slowdown.
So what we need to do to react, because I think we even recorded the podcast about this economic slowdown, asking if this is a crisis or the return to normality. So given the situation and given even the macroeconomic trends, what companies should do to face these challenges?
Yeah. To be able to react quickly to difficult business conditions, of course, your e-commerce platform should allow you to easily modify, for example, the distribution model. I mean, when you decide that you want part of the purchase to be handled by your local distributors and the rest of the clients you plan to take on yourself, this new process should be really easy to implement on the platform that you use to sell online.
Just to give the brief summary of this topic of technology, what are the main important factors in when it comes to the technology when building online presence from your point of view?
I think that B2B players, they should embrace composable approaches and flexible data models in response to the unpredictability of the business landscape and in 2023 and beyond. I think those two areas are super important.
Okay. So 2 points. So composable approach and
yes,
a flexible data model. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, Bartosz. Last but not least, the question that is very important for a company that is planning to go digital. Should it choose an existing platform because there are some solutions available on the market, or build custom e-commerce platform? Which approach is better for such a B2B company?
Yeah. Existing e-commerce platforms offer for sure quicker setup, and launch times are also shorter compared to the custom solutions. They offer a wide range of built-in features such as shopping carts, payment gateways, and inventory management. So it's a good starting point. And ready to use SaaS e-commerce platforms are suitable usually for small to medium-sized businesses with some limited technical experience and budgets.
So basically, if you are a B2B company that wants to sell online, it is quite easy to start doing it because there are out-of-the-box solutions that make it possible for you to start it very quickly. But what about custom solutions? Is there any place for them on the market?
Yes, for sure. Custom e-commerce solutions can be tailored to unique business needs and integrate, for example, seamlessly with existing systems in big companies. And these are really important in case of large companies with complex processes, or companies that want to grow quickly and do not want to, they grow to be limited by possibilities of the commerce platform. So in this case, the custom approach is the only right one.
So if you want to do it quick, choose out-of-the-box solution. If you want to do it right and for the long run, choose a custom approach.
Yes, that's my opinion.
And is there anything else to keep in mind when evaluating whether to build your own platform or to buy a ready-made one?
Yeah, we need to mention that e-commerce platforms ready to use provide ongoing updates and support, while custom solutions require regular maintenance and updates by the development team. So we need to remember that. But both approaches have their pros and cons. But the final choice depends on the specific needs, budget, and long-term goals for the business.
Okay, I see. So for the start, you can start with out-of-the-box solutions, but if you want something more complex, better adjusted to your business needs, the only way is a custom approach.
Yes, growing up, you can always switch from small ready solution to a custom that will fit your growing needs.
Okay, that's a very good point to make. Thank you, Bartosz.
Thank you.
That's all we got for you today in the Fabrity Talks podcast. Thanks for the listening, and Bartosz, thank you for your presence here.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, and till the next episode. Bye.
Bye.